With permission of Senator Wyden, we're going to move ahead here. He'll be here in a few minutes. I'd like to welcome everyone here today to today's hearing on 5 of this committee's pending nominations. Today, we will have an opportunity to hear from nominees for 3 trade policy positions and 2 nominees to be tax judges. Each of these positions are key in enforcing the work and legislation that we produce from this particular committee. Our first nominee is Mr. Jeffrey Kessler, who has been nominated to serve as Assistant Secretary for Enforcement and Compliance at the Department of Commerce. This is a position that is responsible for administering anti-dumping and countervailing duty trade laws and ensures compliance with trade agreements negotiated on behalf of U.S. industries. If confirmed, Mr. Kessler will need to fully and faithfully administer U.S. trade remedy laws. As I've said before, it is important that the Department of Commerce consult closely with Congress and members of this committee. And frankly, there is room for improvement in that department. I expect Mr. Kessler to be an asset in improving that relationship. Today, we also have 2 tax judges, Ms. Elizabeth Ann Copeland and Mr. Patrick J. Erda. The tax court is important for many reasons, not the least of which is that it allows taxpayers to challenge a liability before paying it. It is a venue for everyone from large corporations to individual taxpayers to get a fair and impartial hearing when a disagreement arises with the Internal Revenue Service. We are honored today to be joined by Chief Judge Maurice Foley, Judge Tamara Ashford, Judge John Colvin, Judge Albert Lauber, Judge Carrie Pugh, and Special Trial Judge Diana Layden. Thank you all for attending here today. Just last year, we signed into law the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act as the largest reform of the tax code in more than 3 decades. We recognize there will potentially be some large questions for the tax court. More than ever, we need brilliant minds to do this important work. Given their credentials, I trust that Ms. Copeland and Mr. Erda will be just what our country needs for the tax court to continue to give taxpayers a fair hearing as the TCJA is implemented. Finally, we also have before us 2 nominees to the International Trade Commission, Ms. Amy Karpel and Mr. Randy Stayen. Ms. Karpel and Mr. Stayen, as nominees to be commissioners of the International Trade Commission, you will play important roles in administering our trade remedy laws and providing Congress and the administration with unbiased, independent analysis. Now, this work is becoming more important than ever, as far as I'm concerned, as trade has become an increasingly larger part of our economy, and businesses of all sizes rely on imports and exports. I expect that each of you will continue the good work of the ITC in administering our trade remedy laws in a fair and unbiased manner. I want to thank all 5 of you for your dedication to our country and your willingness to serve. As I've looked through each of your respective resumes, it's clear that the President has selected individuals that are well qualified to serve in these important posts. And I hope to see each of you working to improve our country as soon as practicable. With that, I'm going to turn to Senator Wyden, our ranking member, for his opening statement.
Thank you,